In this video, I will exactly explain to you why this whole fake it until you make it approach is complete garbage. I myself have over 40 people who make anywhere between from 6 to even 8 figures per month in my community, and all of us we follow the same approach, which is being completely open to each other and never lie about anything, no matter what it is. And in the end of the video, I will tell you a story of a friend of mine who used to exactly this: fake it until you make it, kind of tell people things that are not exactly true in order to make he seem bigger than he is, and how this now is leading to his downfall. So make sure to watch this video until the end in order to prevent this from happening to you. So why I'm recording this video is because beginning of this week on Monday, we had a great tribe call within Helix, within my own community, with 3 other people. So this is a weekly call that I hop on with the same guys every week, where we talk about our business, our wins, our losses, personal stuff, whatever. And right now we're kind of like a group of friends because we've been doing this for multiple months now, and we talk about everything in this group. And what one guy said in this call, which I'm very, very happy about, which I wrote down and why I'm recording this video today, is because he said, "Hey man, I'm so happy that here in Helix, all of us, we can be just ourselves. There's no pressure. If I'm struggling with something, I can openly say it. And I basically don't have to put a mask on my face." And I thought about what he said, and I totally agree with him. Because him and I, we met through the same online community like 2 years back. The first one we joined and we met randomly there. And how everything was there was that everything was just centered around money and business success. Like, you're only worth something if you make a lot of money. Like, the more money you make, the better you are. The more watches you have, the better of a person you are. The more fast cars you drive, again, the better of a person you are. And therefore, what happens if you're just surrounded by this is you start feeling a bit worthless. You just see all of these people. If you're only making 5 to 10K per month, when you can't really afford fast cars, all of these crazy things, that you start feeling worthless, even though you're actually doing quite well for yourself at the start, right? 5 to 10K is something many people can only dream of. And what happens is that people then start acting like people they are not yet. What happened in this community was that there was this huge fake culture of showing no weakness, just talking about wins, just talking about money. And some guys then also actually started tricking other people into thinking they make much more than they're actually making. And other people were straight up lying about their numbers. So they were making almost no money, but saying they were making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K per month, which is completely insane. And all of this just happened because within this community, the whole thought of, okay, you're only worth something if you make a lot of money, was instilled from the start, because this was a community of high achievers, high performers, or whatever. And what is really, really important to understand is, and I know that many people out there preach this, like fake it until you make it, but if you look at it from a psychological standpoint, this is the worst thing that you can do. First of all, you should never lie to people about how much money you make, because in general, you should never lie. So this is thing number 1. Thing number 2, even if you don't lie, and even if you make it seem like you make more money than you're actually making, you know that you're doing this intentionally. And I even did this myself. I completely admit this, that I've done this in the past. And what happens when you do this? Like, people now think you make maybe 2, 3, 4x the money you're actually making, and you know you basically lied to them. And you know that you basically lied to yourself as well. And what happens now is you're losing self-respect. You know that you lied to these people. You know that you lied to yourself. And therefore, you're losing self-respect, and you're kind of getting in this downward spiral now. Because you're losing self-respect, you're losing confidence as well. Your performance will go down. You will not feel as good. And overall, your business will do worse then, because you faked who you are. And obviously we don't want that. So this is the main disadvantage from this. This is number 1. And number 2 is that you're also taking away the chance from other people to help you. If you say, oh, you make 20, 30K per month if you're only making 5 or even nothing, they assume, okay, this guy's doing quite well. It's fine. And you also don't want to share too much about the business and ask for help, because you're not there. Like, even if they tell you something, you won't be able to implement this. Whereas if you're completely honest and you say, hey, yeah, man, I'm only making 2K per month right now. It's shit, but I know it is what it is. Then they can say, or then people can actually help you with your current situation. Then they can tell you, the things that they did in order to scale from 2K to 10K per month, from 10K to 50K, and then from 50K to 200K. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're completely honest about where you currently are and your situation, it is much, much easier for other people to help you. And this is something very, very important you have to understand there. And now I want to tell you the story that I mentioned at the start of this video, which is a friend I actually met through the same community. And we had a call recently, like a few months back, where we talked about the goals for the year, where we want to be, how the business is going and everything. And on the call, we talked about him currently making around 10K per month, wanting to scale to 100K by the end of the year. I asked him why he can't do that earlier, this and that. Like, we went into the typical usual stuff. And then a few days later, after our call, we were texting again, and then he admitted to me that he's not in a good mental state, and I was asking him why. And then he said, hey man, usually like I don't open up about these things at all, but I'll make an exception. So this is problem number one. You're not opening up about the things that are bothering you, because again, you're taking away the chance from people to help you if you're not doing this. So this is mistake number one. And then the second thing that he did was that he then said, yeah, bro, like the past 2 years, I've never really been honest about everything that's going on. I've always made it seem like I'm making more than I'm actually making. And right now I just feel like even though I'm doing quite well, I'm still very unmotivated. I can't get myself to work. I didn't really even work the past month that much. And why is that? It is because you yourself have been telling yourself for years that you're making much, much more money than you're actually making. You've been telling this to other people. And what happens is that it's just getting so frustrating, so demotivating, that you're always kind of lying to yourself that you make this much money. And then at some point your brain will also say, fuck you, man, like I don't want anymore, because you keep telling yourself this, but you don't get to experience it. You don't really get to have it. You don't really get to this point. And this is what is kind of breaking him now. And this is what can break you as well if you fake it until you make it, if you do this. And the number one way or the best way to escape this, or to not even get there, is by being completely honest about everything. Never lie about where you are. The right people, and this is important, the right people will respect you even more for your honesty and will try to help you in order to ascend, in order to reach the next level. So this is A, and B is then the right way to get out of there, or to prevent yourself from getting there, is to just surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people where you can embrace honesty, where you can really talk about shit that is holding you back, where you don't have to worry about what this other person is thinking, because then these guys can actually help you solve your problems. These guys can actually help you reach your goals, and these guys can then actually ultimately become your best friends for life, because this is what friendship is. Friendship is about showing vulnerability to each other, and then being there for each other no matter what happens. It should be your highest priority to surround yourself with people like these. And I know it can be extremely hard, it can be extremely frustrating to find these people. So if you want a shortcut, if you want this now and not just in 3, 6, 12 months, or even never, then you can book a call with me right under this video, and we can discuss the possibility of you joining Helix, because in Helix we have exactly that. We have a very, very strong community of like-minded people who share everything with each other, who want to see each other win, and who are honest to each other about everything that I've preached in this video. So again, if you're interested, if you finally want to make a change, book a call with me in the link below. And in case you want to learn more about Helix itself, you can watch the other video on my YouTube channel where I exactly explain the ins and outs of the whole thing. In case you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I see you in the next video.